Hey guys, it's me, Zoom. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're gonna be reacting to the Sydney Barber tapes. Found footage horror film. Alright, let me go ahead and read this. On October 2nd, 2008, 19-year-old Sydney Barber, an urban explorer, disappeared while investigating an abandoned research facility in Maricopa County, Arizona. This area was searched by several different government agencies, and all which claimed that no trace of Sydney was found. Okay. I'm letting y'all know what we finna watch. Alright. But hopefully we're having a great day today. Hopefully everyone's been having a great day today. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let's do this, y'all. Let's get into the video.
Let's go.
15 years later, footage from Sydney's camcorder on the night she disappeared was leaked to the public by an unknown source. The following string of recordings have been since become known as the Barber Sydney Barber tapes. Oh my gosh. So the cameraman dies basically.
Camera on, light on. Here we go.
By herself? You gotta be joking. This is insane. I thought it was a dude. Oh my gosh. No, this is a principio. Alright. How does no that place is too big. Eggs, no. Honestly, in my opinion, what they should do is if they find buildings like this, just destroy it, you know, in my opinion. Get that wrecking ball. Pass! And then have a guys, you know, pick up the trash and then, you know, just make it pura tierra, you know, a whole bunch of land. That can be turned into like apartment, like one-story apartments. Yeah, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I just came up with something good. Yeah, but like the money, oh my gosh. It's gonna be a lot of money. And in this economy, oh, hey. Okay. Why is there a doll there? On the right? No, that's not. Is that even?
Fuck that.
Okay. Vámonos. Vámonos. My crew, let's go. Bro, you have survival instincts of a napkin, my guy. There's someone in this facility.
I was in my office finishing up charts for the day. I heard screaming. I ran out and Dr. Reynolds. Oh, Jesus. Where was Dr. Reynolds? He was everywhere. On the ceiling, on the floor, the walls. Where was asset 0235? That thing is no asset. It's a monster. We created a monster. Oh God, what have I done?
Did she off herself? The lights are on. Is that a ghost? Oh, snap. The light turned on back there. But you should have left immediately. Do you not know the way you came from? Do not block exit. Okay, so there's like something here that is not human. ¿Qué le pasó al gato por Cusco? Se murió. Oh my gosh, dude. Are we finna see something actually scary? Okay. Bro, you not strapped, my guy? What the heck? Don't ever go exploring, yo. I'm not playing. Don't ever do that. Just stay home. Watch some TV. You know, but don't ever go exploring, you know, abandoned places ever. Alright. I was gonna say take the elevator, but, you know, she could get stuck and then, you know.
I'm losing my mind.
It's in the basement. Is it...
What is this place?
Bro, run through the window, my guy. Eggs, no. That's what I would have done. I would have thrown something. Vámonos. I don't like this. I don't like this, yo. Okay. Is that a way out? Please let it be a way out. Bro. This is the basement. You gotta go up, my guy. What about that room is scary? Oh my gosh! Yep, she's finna die. She's gonna die. You're not strapped. You have no backup. What does that say? Alright. Dare laboratory log. Okay. Oh, primary Dr. Ren.
Laboratory log. Who's there? Laboratory.
Okay. 0235. Room 24 in progress. 88-1953 5.
Log. Who's there?
Oh. Oh my gosh. Honestly, that's some good acting right there. Written and directed by Tyler Eaton. That was pretty good, y'all. I liked it. That's so real too. What the heck is that? Alright, y'all. We finna react to another, well, three really scary true Walmart horror stories animated. What the heck? Walmart? You know, one thing I've realized is that you have never heard a horror story from Waffle House. Ever. I probably feel safer eating at Waffle House than anywhere. They fight for you. They fight for the people. Nah, but you know, I like Waffle House personally. But I've never really heard the following studies were inspired by loosely based on actual events. I've never what you call it? I've never really heard any scary stories coming from Walmart. Walmart horror story. No, this is gonna be good, man. You're gonna be throwing like put maruchas at them and freaking bananas at like whatever's trying to scare them. le van a tirar manga. Paz, toma. Okay, horror shorts. Pate. True Walmart horror story 1. Okay, narrated by. So I didn't get to read the Walmart demon. Oh gosh.
Nights at Walmart are never the same as the last. Sometimes, my shift is so slow and boring that I'm struggling to stay awake. Other nights, it's a non-stop barrage of helpless customers, loiterers, shoplifters, and crackheads. The only thing that makes it any easier are my coworkers. Not long ago, an especially good friend of mine still worked here. Josie was the best part of any shift. Night by night, we were slowly becoming more than friends. Of course, that meant our managers made sure we rarely ever saw each other. The way they'd put us at opposite ends of the store, I guess they didn't want two of their best employees to accidentally find happiness together. But that's beside the point. One night, Josie and I were working the same shift, but as usual, not together. I had to help man the self-checkout area, and Josie was holding down the clothing department by herself. It was late, enough for a bit of excitement to start building up in my stomach. Not only would I be home in a couple of hours, but the fitting rooms were closing any minute, which meant Josie might be free to come help near checkout as the last of the customers left the store. However, I momentarily forgot where I worked. Walmart, a place in which even a fleeting moment of joy is easily destroyed. I had just finished checking someone's receipt, making sure they correctly scanned in their 8 cases of diet soda, when I waved them on and looked toward the entrance to see an unsavory sight. A large, sweaty, shirtless man was clobbering his way into the store.
What the heck? I don't know, his belly button smell.
Like he was either on something or off his rocker completely. Still,
Oh gosh.
I had to step away from my station and tell him something important. Sir, stop. You can't be in here half naked. You have to put a shirt on. I'm going to buy a shirt right now, dumbass. Mind your business. I didn't feel there was much of a choice for me but to let him slide. The guy was way bigger than me, so I didn't want any trouble. Reluctantly, I returned to the self-checkout area, trying to focus on the people there. I was at work. I didn't need to be a hero or anything. I just had to do what I was supposed to do and let the people in the clothing department handle that guy. A few seconds too late, it hit me. Josie was running the clothing department, alone. And right as I had the realization,
Oh
Josie
gosh.
scream. I immediately made a break for it, running as fast as I could. I got to the clothing department seconds later, but I didn't get there in time. I didn't save Josie. All I managed to do was to get there just to be able to watch as that freak. He had this giant red knife in his hand from God knows where.
Oh,
Josie and stabbed her. I saw the life drain from her eyes as she collapsed. The man fell on top of her, pulling the knife out just to take it into both hands and plunge it straight down.
gosh.
Center of her neck. I thought I must be having a nightmare, a hallucination, something. It couldn't be real. All happened in 5 or 6 seconds. And just like that, Josie was dead. Even if I hadn't been frozen in shock, I couldn't have stopped him. No one could have. That man was a monster. And then he craned his neck back to look at me. His face and mouth soaked in Josie's blood. His eyes full of such pure evil. They couldn't have been human. Why? She wouldn't stop following me. Now why can't you just leave me alone? The man started coming towards me. I wanted to stand there and fight him or die and join Josie, but I was too afraid. My instincts took over and I ran like a coward. I could barely breathe through the tears, and somehow, that man was way faster than he should have been. A few more seconds, and he might have caught up and granted my wish. But at the last second, I realized I was running straight for a bunch of cops. I panicked and ducked, tripping over myself and sliding across the floor. The next instant, a bullet flew right over my head. It made my
Alright.
ears ring, but when I could hear again,
I gotta go do something, yo.
what I realized was a taser. I looked back and saw the man collapsed and rigid on the floor.
Why are his eyes black though?
Course through his body. Too little, too late for some, but it was enough to help the cops arrest him and put a stop to the madness. Later, we found out the man had stolen a knife from the nearby Walgreens. The cops showed up so early because they were already looking for him, but they didn't expect the theft to turn into what it did. According to the police, the man said he killed Josie because he thought she was some sort of demon, something that had been stalking him
Oh,
for weeks.
gosh.
tormenting him. I knew it had to be madness.
Dude.
No sane individual would mistake Josie for a demon. No decent person would ever take her away from this world, away from me.
Honestly, I feel for the guy. Shorty gone now.
Employee in Arkansas was taken out by a man who allegedly told authorities that he was being stalked by a demon. Around 10:58 p.m., officers were dispatched to a report of a man stabbing a woman inside the store. Officers arrived and encountered 37-year-old Cedric Ross, who was still armed with a knife. During the encounter, officers gave Ross multiple commands to drop the weapon, but he did not comply and came toward an officer while still armed. In response, one officer fired one shot, but missed. Another officer then used a taser, and Ross was eventually taken into custody. The victim, Jordan Drinkwater, 32, died at the scene from her injuries. During
Gosh.
the investigation, Ross allegedly told law enforcement that he had stolen a large knife from Walgreens before the attack and a machete from Walmart for protection because he said a demon was stalking him. He described the demon as a light-skinned black woman with brown eyes and a weave whom he had only seen at a distance. While at Walmart, he said he allegedly grabbed the demon and began stabbing it in the neck and shoulder in an attempt to kill it. However, after the stabbing, he looked down and realized that the victim on the ground was not the demon he thought he had saw. Authorities said Ross was not employed by Walmart and was not known to Drinkwater and had no interaction with her before the attack. Ross is being held without bond and charged accordingly.
One more horror story too. Most evil Walmart customer. What the?
I began just like any other night spent working at Walmart. I was already looking forward to leaving. I kept dragging myself through the shift on the promise I made to myself that I'd get utterly wasted the second I got home. I know that's a very unhealthy coping mechanism, but it will become obvious why it's become my method of choice for unwinding after a long day of work. At around 10 p.m., a particular woman walked through the front entrance. She didn't grab a cart or a basket, nor did she seem capable of doing so. She had
What the heck?
of a tweaker. I couldn't tell what kind of drug she was on, just that she was on it. To try and ease the tension, I gave her the best customer service late-night Walmart has to offer.
Welcome in, ma'am. Can I help you find anything?
Oh, find your nutsack and suck on it!
Okay.
Failing to reach the woman on a personal level, I began treating her like a shoplifting suspect. She was clearly too deranged to be left to wander around on her own, especially since we were short-staffed. I had a feeling the police would need to get involved if we had...
Hold on, yo, let me lower my monitor. Right,
She
there you
was
go.
in her own world. To be honest, I was curious what she would even go for. It gets boring at night, and sometimes I like to play a little guessing game. What are the freaks going to steal this time? Food, tampons, deodorant. I've even seen them go for adult diapers a couple times. Turns out, I was wrong in every regard. She wasn't trying to steal anything. She crept all the way over to the bakery, where she stared at the bread shelf for several minutes. She looked over her shoulder, but she must have been too nearsighted to see me, as I wasn't even trying to hide. Then, she started digging through her hair. I rolled my eyes, thinking she probably had lice or something, but she pulled something out, something much larger than a bug, yet still too small for
And
me
they
to
are.
identify. She didn't stash it on her person like merchandise though. With sudden dexterity, she opened a bread bag and inserted whatever it was between two slices of a loaf. I wasn't sure what I was seeing. The corporate drone in my brain couldn't compute. She wasn't stealing. She was adding
Poisoning.
to the shelves. I had to see it happen again to make sure I wasn't going crazy and seeing life playing out in reverse. A few seconds later, she reached into her pants. I was certain there was nothing in her hand before it went in, but when it came out, she had something small and grayish brown. I still couldn't tell what it was, though I clearly saw her stick it into another loaf of bread. So I knew it was time to ask her what she was up to. I didn't want to confront her like a security guard. I just wanted to begin the process of getting her out. I didn't realize how quickly things would escalate.
Excuse me, miss. I couldn't help but notice you just put something in that bread. Would you mind telling me what it was?
That was the best start.
Didn't see anything. Please don't tell anyone. I have to do this.
I'm sorry, but you actually can't do that, and I will have to ask you to leave.
And if I don't?
Then I'll be forced to call the police.
Okay. You wanna know what I put in there?
Yes, I do.
Poison.
Good luck.
Out of nowhere, that bitch pulled out a rusty razor blade and slashed my arm. If I hadn't blocked, trying to cut my eye out, she lunged at me, swiping that razor through the air. Then she jumped on top of me. I fell back, smacking my head on the ground. I was focusing everything on trying to keep her from getting me with the razor, but I still felt it slicing through me all over my body.
Oh,
Screaming for
dang.
help and trying to keep my mouth shut at the same time, so she didn't shove it down my throat. After what felt like forever,
Oh, dang.
I finally felt her weight get pulled off. She howled and shrieked as my coworkers worked together with all their collective power to restrain her. Even some customers came to help. It took everyone to rein her in. The cops came very soon after and locked her in handcuffs. Upon investigation, it was discovered that
She was on
some
alcohol.
women had been stuffing razor blades into pastries and loaves of bread all night. Not just at my store, but at several other Walmarts in the area too. That's what those things she had stashed in every crevice of her body were. Rusty razor blades. I don't know what in her insane mind possessed her to do such a thing, but I don't think I'm capable of understanding. As for the fallout, the regional manager threw out everything in the bakeries made that and sent out a message to the public warning all customers to do the same with whatever they had purchased. Luckily, nobody bit into any rusty razor blades because of that woman. As for myself, well, she didn't hit any major arteries. I got stitched up and poked with a dozen booster shots for tetanus and hepatitis A through Z, and whatever else she might have been carrying. I'm getting my blood work done again soon to see if I've been infected. Police in
Excellent.
Mississippi have arrested 33-year-old committed Emil Benson after razor blades were found hidden inside loaves of bread and other baked goods at 2 Walmart stores in Biloxi. Authorities charged her with attempted mayhem and set her bond at $100,000 after customers reported finding the sharp objects in bread purchased from both the Walmart supermarket. Surveillance footage and police statements led to her arrest on December 16th.
Dang, bro, she crazy. That's actually crazy.
Infected products at the impacted locations. No injuries have been reported, but police urged anyone who bought affected items to check with them carefully and report any concerns.
Dang. Oh my gosh. New Walmart Horror Story 3, narrated by Some Raids. A very disturbing Walmart surprise. Okay.
Working this dead-end job at Walmart, I have no desire to go above and beyond for my team, and I've already accumulated quite a few unpleasant memories that will stick with me for the rest of my life. Without a doubt, this is the worst one. It started on a Friday night. Barely anyone was around, but of course, that was merely false hope. Right at the end of stocking a shelf, I noticed a woman enter the aisle. I could tell she was
What the heck?
making her way toward me. The woman called out to me with a raspy and pitiful voice, forcing me to make eye contact.
Sir, can I please use your bathroom?
I'm sorry, but we already closed the bathrooms.
I know. I'm sorry, but it's an emergency. Can you unlock it for just a few minutes? I promise I'll leave before you close.
I mean, I could get into trouble.
Please, you gotta understand, this is the last chance I have to go somewhere that's safe. If I don't go now, I'll have to do it outside. And the last time I did that, I got attacked, and I just can't.
Hey, fine. You don't have to explain all that. Just follow me. The woman immediately began to thank me profusely, but I told her in the nicest way to save it. Helping her felt like the right thing to do, but it didn't make me feel good. Not wanting to be seen together by my co-workers, I quietly led her to a family restroom, one of the single-use ones. The woman entered the bathroom and locked herself inside. I walked away before anyone saw me. I didn't want to be associated with any potential incidents. Afterwards, I went back to what I was doing and continued my shift like nothing was out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Really, nothing was unusual. I finished stocking everything, helped clean up, then I left the store on schedule. When I got home, I briefly remembered the woman, realizing I hadn't actually made sure she left before the store closed. I didn't dwell on it though. I figured one of the managers had to have checked that bathroom on their final sweep and dealt with it. Unfortunately, the next day, I clocked in and noticed something disheartening after just a few minutes. The bathroom I had helped that lady into was closed off. There was an out of order sign right out front, and the door was locked. All at once, I felt a mix of emotions. I had made the mistake of taking pity on someone. I helped them out, and they took advantage of my kindness. They were probably spinning a sob story from the start. And for what? To do what every other junkie does? Lock themselves in the bathroom and get high? Despite my feelings, I did my best to forget about it, unless I got written up for it. The whole thing really was just a minor inconvenience. Someone, hopefully other than me, would get stuck with the dirty job of cleaning up after the mess. Then the bathroom would reopen, and it would be all par for the course for Walmart. However, an entire day passed and nobody went in. Then another day. Finally, on Monday, it was me. I got stuck with it. Now, I was pissed. Half at this drug addict who lied to me, and half at myself for believing her. As I gathered some supplies before going in, I kept thinking about how I would probably get called into the office.
Oh my gosh, did she?
Shown the footage of me letting her in, then slapped with some stupid punishment. If only that were the case. No repercussions I imagined would have ever come close to the reality I was about to face. I was holding.
Oh my gosh, I think she.
As I walked up to that door, I inserted the key and turned the lock with my guard entirely.
There's a little mosquito in here.
Opened the door. I mean, as soon as it cracked, the foulest, most unforgettable stench hit my nose. If you've ever smelt it before, you know what I'm talking about.
Did she?
This was my first time experiencing it, and I had no idea what I meant. I only hesitated for a moment before barging in. Swinging the door wide open, there was a dead person.
Oh my gosh.
The same scrawny, helpless girl I helped a few nights ago. She'd been trapped in there this whole time. Her body was bloated and leaking dark, festering fluids everywhere. I recoiled with every fiber of my being. I slammed the door shut, falling backwards away from the bathroom, and subsequently throwing up on myself out of pure shock. Suddenly, every bit of self-wallowing I'd been allowing myself was put into perspective. I didn't have a shitty life. That woman did. I was just a shitty person, yet I'm still alive, and she met her end in a Walmart bathroom. The fact that the cause of her death was an overdose matters very little to me now.
Oh, dang.
Face she ever saw, and all
There was something in those drugs.
Surprisingly, I didn't face any charges, nor did I lose my job, but that doesn't alleviate the guilt. This incident occurred in June 2017 at a Walmart in Sand Springs, Oklahoma. Catherine Caraway, 29, was found deceased in a single-use family bathroom at the back of the store on a Monday afternoon. Surveillance video showed Caraway entering the restroom around 6 p.m. on Friday, meaning her body remained in the locked room for approximately 3 days. A Walmart employee tried to enter the locked bathroom on Friday, and assuming it was broken, placed an out-of-order sign on the door without checking inside. The body was discovered when the bathroom was finally unlocked on Monday. While police initially did not consider the death suspicious, a later autopsy indicated the cause was related to difluoroethane toxicity, often from huffing aerosol propellant.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, y'all, this is insane. All 3 stories were insane. The lady putting knives. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is insane. I thought they were like actual ghost stories. These were like, well, yeah, they were horror stories. Bro, they were good, but unbelievable. Oh my gosh. That lady with the knife was insane. You know, she was putting razors in bread. And then this one died from like smoking, and the first one was sad. They were all sad, honestly. Dude, what the heck? Life is short, y'all. Live it right, you know. Live it right, dude, because you don't know when you might die, you know. But, oh my gosh, this was insane. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and end off the video right there, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one, okay? Stay safe, stay out of trouble. Estamos en contacto. Thank you guys for watching.